Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom. Welcome to Tesla Chatswood here in Sydney, Australia, where we're heading out for a Tesla Model Y test drive. I cannot wait, I'm super pumped. Let's get in there. All right everyone, Tesla Tom, Joy.
Hello.
We're in the Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive in Chatswood, Sydney. Let's go. So we've got about half an hour to go for a drive around town. It's $2,500 Australian dollar excess. We damaged the car, any major damage, and he told us $350 if we do any rim rash to any of the rims. Okay, so we'll try and do a bit of urban driving as well as try and find some freeway, I guess. Obviously we've only got half an hour, so can't do too much, but we'll do what we can in half an hour. And I guess the major point I want to try to test today is, of course, the car's suspension. There's been a few reports that it's a bit firm, but obviously we've got a Tesla Model 3 Performance at home, and that's, you know, a firm ride anyway, which, Joy, you kind of like.
I do, yeah. I mean, I know that that's very much just a personal choice thing. I actually get... frustrated is not the right word. When I'm sitting in your car, I almost get seasick, I think, from the suspension in your car.
Model S, yeah. A little bit softer, the Model S suspension. I don't know, it's very subjective, I think, personally. Some people like being able to feel the road, every single bump. It's more of a sporty feel. I guess for a more quote-unquote relaxing ride, you prefer a softer suspension, maybe. So really, it's up to you. All I can say is come out for a test drive and then you can decide for yourself. Obviously, this is only a rear-wheel drive car, so I can't comment on long range or performance. All right, so Autopilot, let's engage it. On cruise control, one tap, and then... okay, maybe it's not calibrated yet. Might have to stop to change that. Okay, let me just stop somewhere, and we will put it onto Autopilot. Delivery status. Deliverable delivery status.
That was showing before.
Yeah. I did also see that auto steer was limited to 137 kilometers an hour. There we go. Speed limited to 137 kilometers an hour. Because I think these cars are now camera only, which means that the speed limit is now restricted until future updates when they're more confident with the software. All right, let's just put Autopilot on.
Of course, I don't think it's legal to go over at 137 kilometres an hour anywhere in Australia currently, but...
No, that's right.
So that shouldn't affect you.
Well, this is a bit of a windy road. Let's, I guess we can test it here for a second. While we're off the freeway, or off the main road rather. This would be a good test. Before we head back out.
Every bump, every edge on the road, which I personally like, but I can see how other people probably, you know, they may feel like, oh, you know, it's too much, but... Yeah.
I mean, we're Tesla drivers. We're used to that. I guess that's what it is in our cars, right? But yeah, if you're coming from another vehicle, that might be a bit strange, a bit different, but that's the way Model 3 drives anyway for us. So it's no different. Just stop it for a sec. I'll put Autopilot on. Should show you to the software. Just put this on. So this has got the AMD Ryzen computer. People have been asking me that, whether it does have that, and it's a lithium iron phosphate high voltage battery type. And the low voltage battery is also lithium ion as well. That's great.
Is this the battery that you go to 100% or 80%?
Yeah, lithium iron phosphate is 100% charge on a regular basis without affecting degradation, apparently. Okay, Autopilot is on, or enabled at least. We can head back out there on our drive. Handling these curves pretty well. No problems at all. And this is a single motor, obviously, rear-wheel drive. No problems up these hills. Regen braking works like an absolute treat. Let's just stop. Yep, one pedal stop. Hold there. That's good. I mean, I personally, and I think Joy does too, prefer one pedal driving in our Model 3s.
And no creep.
No creep. Creep is, for those who are new to the game, it's basically emulating a automatic ice car. So if you let go of the brake, it'll roll forward. If you're just coming from an ice car, just get used to EVs. Okay, up the hill again. Easy. No strain. Okay, left here. Good. Right, back out onto Eastern Valleyway. Sneak out here. Alright, now we're going to engage Autopilot, double tap right stalk. There we go. Now this road is 60, so I'm just going to... Nope, can't scroll up because the last speed limit at red was 50, so I have to wait for a 60 speed sign. That's okay. Now because we're the second car at a traffic light, it'll just follow the car behind and stop. And you can adjust how close you want to follow. So in Sydney, I would say number 2 at least. Otherwise, some will cut in front of you. Okay, on we go. So this is a 60 km/h road, so we'll just wait for a speed sign for it to read. It's okay. No one behind us except for the bus. And it keeps chiming, delivery status. I'm happy to take this car. Yeah, so that speed limit's at 137, as I said, the Tesla Cam. Tesla Vision. How are you finding the higher seating position there?
Yeah, even as a passenger, it's a lot better. It reminds me of my old CX-5. It's probably not actually. You know what? There's a CX-5 next to us right now.
There we go. Good comparison.
We're actually pretty much at the same height, which is surprising because I thought the CX-5 was a bit higher, but this is actually about on par with that.
What's the thing about Model Y? It's deceiving, right? Oh, sorry. It's deceiving because it looks quite sporty, but it's actually quite a high car. It's 18 centimeters higher than Model 3. And as I'll show you later on, the seats are actually on rails, so you're definitely higher up. And I've got my ruler today to measure it. Okay, so the car read the speed sign. We're going at 60 now. As you can see, of all the cars I've ever driven, it's definitely the most, I don't know what's the word, like it keeps to the limit the best, I find, in autopilot or cruise control. It never seems to waver more than 1 or 2 kilometers an hour over or under the speed limit that you've set it at, even when you're going up and down hills, which is what I love.
Yeah, actually. I mean, I personally never use this function on suburban roads or any time in the city, but if, like when we're driving, like on a road trip, that's when I would use it. And yeah, as you say, even on open roads going up and down at like 110 kilometers an hour, it won't even go like 113. It's like it's very exact.
That's pretty good. Okay, we're going to test quickly parallel parking. Great use of the blind spot monitors and the rear camera. And I haven't set this up, but you can adjust your mirrors so they point down, which this is a demo.
I think they automatically go down when you reverse.
Yeah, it goes back a little bit. You can lower it down even further if you want. Be careful not to scratch the demo car rims.
Yep, 350.
50, yeah. Right, Joy, your turn. Ready?
Excellent. Nice and high. Nice and high.
Nice.
Like ridiculously high. I'm gonna like go as high as I can. Like, what's the highest I can raise this?
In 300 meters, bear right onto
The
Pacific
steering
Highway.
wheel, I think, is exactly the same,
It should
which is good. I mean, it means I get
keep going straight here. Should be very similar. 95% of
Now
components
bear
are
right
shared
onto
between 3 and Y.
Pacific
Hang on.
Turn right here.
Turn right.
Yep.
So I am in the correct lane.
Yep.
Now turn right onto Walker Street.
So Joy won't be using autopilot, so you see exactly how it feels like
Yep, let me
just with
adjust.
as a driver that just drives around town in Model Y. I can see you're enjoying the higher driving position.
Yep. I think I forget just how much of a difference it makes. Like, there's a particular turn that I need to take where I'm turning left, but there are cars that are turning right, and they often can't turn right. But because I might have space to turn left, but I can't do it because I just can't see. So I just have to sort of stay there until they turn right, or someone from the other side turns right that way, and then I know that I'm clear. So being able to see and be high enough so I can like see through their windows,
Yeah.
it's going to make a world
In
of difference.
300 meters, turn right onto Berry Street.
And
Turn
it-
left to take the M1 slip road.
Surely it improves visibility as well, right? As you said, sitting higher up.
Yeah, like I can see more of the road. I can see the headlights of the car behind me. I think being lower down, every single car would feel like they were probably a lot closer to me than they actually were because I couldn't see their headlights. So I would just have this feeling like everybody's tailing me, but maybe, you know, I think in this car it's a bit more obvious. Actually, I
Now
probably should
turn right onto Berry Street.
probably should have turned right from the
That's okay. You
left
can
lane, but I'll just
switch fast enough in the Model Y.
Now turn left to take the M1 slip road.
That's why it's great to be in a Tesla with that acceleration. You can change lanes very easily. And also merging as well is easier with the acceleration, as you'll see. So,
see, that's what I was talking about before.
yeah.
Multiple lanes. Oh, yeah, a
In
lot
200
easier to see.
meters, bear right to stay on M1.
Easy
Easy.
to see. Yeah. I still trust looking out the window, even though I know that
Now
there's
bear
a.
right to stay on M1.
Yeah, those cameras are mixed feelings about those cameras. They're not super high visibility or resolution, so I generally don't rely on them either.
Meters, keep right to stay on M1.
Nothing beats looking out to see it for myself. Yep, nice and clear. And I normally hate this road. Like,
Now keep
Yeah.
I
right
get
to
so
stay on
nervous
M1.
driving on this.
Pothole, how was the firmness?
I guess about the same as the Model 3. I didn't really feel it.
Yeah, same, I agree as the passenger.
In 300 meters, take the Brook Street exit on the left towards Narrenburn.
Okay.
So you want
This
to
is the
exit here?
correct lane,
Yep.
I think. That's very handy. I know.
This nav screen,
I'm a visual person, so seeing that, it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
but honestly, this nav screen, having driven so many EVs, nothing beats this nav screen. This map is just the best.
She's talking, but it's like, it just goes in one ear, out the other for me.
In
So,
300 meters, bear right onto Brook Street.
And another question someone asked me, or people have asked me today, knowing I'm going on a
Now
test
bear
drive,
right onto Brook Street.
is the insulation, the noise insulation. All 4 windows are now double glazed, as opposed to our Model 3 from 2019. None of them were double glazed. Are you noticing any difference in cabin
just
noise?
wanting to see. I've taken my foot completely off the accelerator. Perfect.
Beautiful.
I mean, I guess because I'm already kind of used to the relative quiet from the Model 3 compared to a CX-5. I think if you watch the delivery video for that, I remember like just sitting in there going, it's so quiet. So the difference between that and this, it's not that big, you know.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Um,
I think there's only marginal improvement, to be honest, between the 2 cars. I think it helps.
I'm probably not that bothered by noise
Yeah.
though, because as it is, like I'm tuning her out, like so. I'm probably not the best person to ask about.
I'm gonna go as high as I can.
It's fun. I know that was the first thing I did when I sat in, was just to
Ooh.
put it up nice and high.
I'm so high right now. Not, yeah, I mean physically. Probably too high. That's too high for me.
There's no such thing as too high.
I kept going down.
This is not. Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, that's good. I like being elevated. Nice.
Oh, so much
In
higher.
200 metres, turn left onto Mowbray Road West.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this when it comes. Oh, it's a really nice drive.
And I should also note that the condition of our roads in Sydney, especially on the Lower North Shore, is not great. So,
Because of, I mean, partly because of the recent rains as well. They haven't all been fixed yet.
no. But that does add to the bumpiness of the suspension.
Again, it's a personal thing though. I actually like feeling every pebble on the road.
So yeah, we only get half an hour to test drive. The rep told us very tight schedule.
That only felt like 5 minutes, but I think I'm happy that at least I get to jump back into my Model 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay a bit longer with us. We've got just a few more things I want to show you on one of the demo cars in the showroom before we sign off. Just a few differences between the Y and the 3. That was fun.
Just like basically just like my Model 3, but at a much nicer height. Yeah.
Good summary. Okay, so Joy's going to demonstrate getting into the Tesla Model 3.
So take my backpack off. Open the door. You like this little twist thing.
Yep, and sink into the chair. Okay, and she's going to demonstrate getting out of the car.
So grab my bag, wake myself up,
Okay.
shut the door, backpack on, walk away.
Okay, so that's where Joy's legs are in relation to the car there. It's the bottom of the car, and also the seat as well behind her. That's Joy's hand over the top of the car there. Yep, not quite in the middle. And that's where her shoulder comes up to on the top of the Model 3. And you'll see here the Tesla Model 3 seats. There it is there. So that is the difference between Model 3 and Y. The seats in the Y are on rails like that. And with my ruler here, we're looking at probably about 10 centimetre elevation off the floor, which makes it obviously a higher seating position for Model Y. And we've got Joy now with her legs.
So that's about the same.
Yeah, same ground clearance, very similar anyway. Yeah, so
I don't have to.
yeah. You see that? See how she just slides into the car?
Like it's hip level.
Yeah, at the same hip level. Easy.
And then this is doesn't sink down.
Yeah, her legs are sort of right there, flat-footed on the ground. It's great. Joy, can you climb out of the car for us? Yeah, that looks a lot easier for her. And
Yeah.
so see that Model 3, it was shoulder height, but now it's like up to her eyes basically. And arm over the top. Yeah, can't quite reach over. Okay, so here's Tesla Model Y, demo car in the showroom, and just want to show you, there's the tow hitch box down here, which the rep has told me that will be available for aftermarket fitting in Q1 2023, which he guessed that is when long range might be coming out as well in Australia, so interesting time. Stay tuned. Alright, so that is the Gemini wheels for the rear-wheel drive, and that is essentially a cap. And with the cap removed, it's quite a nice alloy under there, as you can see, for the 19-inch Gemini wheels. And I should show you too that the fenders, see that? There's a plastic trim as well around the wheel. That's for both front and rear wheels. There it is there on the rear wheel as well. It's not present in Model 3. And under the car here as well, see that? It's all plastic lined. Right there. And there is the double glazed rear window right there. 2 panes of glass. Helps with the cabin insulation and noise reduction.
No bump.
Yep, no bump in the middle. That is actually, it seems wider for Model Y. Yeah, you can fit an arm on both sides there, as Joy's demonstrating. Yeah, and the cup holders there in the middle. Yeah, so that seems wider. And if Joy, you can demonstrate the seat back position. There's a nice recline there, probably another extra 5 to 10 degrees. Very comfortable. And similar as well for the 60 side, so just literally just pull this lever and then just drop back like that. So that just makes the second row a lot more comfortable there. Alright, so in the boot there's 2 secret compartments, so Joy's going to lift up the first one. There it is there. Very deep, much deeper than Model 3. You can fit a Gemini cap in there.
To be fair, our one was already quite useful.
But with Model Y there's actually a second compartment. So if you lift that up, Joy, there you go. Extra second bit, not super deep, but room to fit some more, certainly, if needed. So yeah. This bit's really cool. You can actually fold the seats down in a 60-40 split with these electronic buttons, and Joy's made sure no one is sitting there, so watch this, everyone. 60, 40. How cool is that? You see how it can actually be arranged in a 40, 20, 40 split with the 20 down and the 2 side rear seats in the second row up. And that's really handy because you can fit things like golf clubs, surfboards, skis in that tunnel, which makes it super versatile. And yes, I can confirm, after speaking with the rep, that Model Ys in Australia will be delivered with the universal mobile charger, which is this thing. And yes, it is literally charging off a power point indoors. And how cool is that, right? There it is, charging there in the corner. So handy. Any power point becomes a fuel pump. And of course, auto lift gate, pressing this button, opens and closes Model Y. Okay, so these are the headlights for Model Y right there. And no fog lights for Model Y, so it's just a black bit of plastic there to cover it. No grille, which is great. Bit of a vent down here below. Right there. And there's the single glass roof there, all throughout the car. Makes it a very comfortable ride for your passengers. Magnificent. Okay, so we're in the second row here. And we're 2 average sized adults, and it's pretty comfy back here, and you could probably imagine.
We're leaning in. So where we would actually sit is here.
Yeah, so we're leaning back like that. I think there's still plenty of room, to be honest. Having another adult here.
And then just show how big your bag is. This is the backpack size.
So my backpack size is there. So, I think 3 average sized adults could probably be pretty comfortable here in the back. Okay, so silly old me forgot to turn on the microphones for this last segment, but I just wanted to say that the rep in Chatswood that looked after us today said that there would be no price penalty for changing the colours of the paint or the interior or the wheels prior to taking delivery for Model Y. You'd still lock in the price before the rise, and it would not affect your place in the queue as well. We've also been told to expect performance test drives at the end of 2022, probably at the same time as the deliveries. Alright everyone, on behalf of Joy and myself, we hoped you enjoyed our test drive video of Model Y here in Sydney, Australia. Until next time, happy charging.